Hello students, welcome to the fifth video of science, class 7, chapter 11, transportation in animals and plants. In the previous video of this chapter, we have discussed about the excretion in humans. And in today's video, we are going to understand about the transportation of materials in plants. So let us begin today's video. Transport of substances in plants. Plants make their own food by the process of photosynthesis. The root absorbs water and minerals from the soil and transports them to the leaves. Leaves, with the help of sunlight and carbon dioxide, synthesis food for plants. Can you state how does this food is transported to different parts of the plant? The transport in plants occur at three levels. First, cellular transport. Second, absorption of water and nutrients from the soil. And third, transfer of water and nutrients. So let us understand these three in detail. Cellular transport. The first level is cellular transport, where solutes and ions are transferred from one cell to another. This typically occurs through diffusion and osmosis. In osmosis, water flows from an area of high solute concentration to an area of low solute concentration, whereas diffusion is the movement of particles from an area of higher concentration to an area of lower concentration. You can see in the diagram, here is a beaker in which there is a line between the beaker, and this line denoted semi-permeable membrane. During the osmosis process, the molecule of the solute or solute molecules are transferred from low concentration area toward the high concentration area, and this happens until same concentration or the equilibrium state is occupied by the solution. And the second level of transport of substances is the absorption of water and nutrients from the soil by the help of roots. Generally, as surface area increases, absorption also increases. Because of many root hair or extension, root of the plant have a large surface area, and thus they absorb more amount of water from the soil into the plant's body. And the third level of transport is the transfer of water and nutrients from the root to the highest part of the plant even without a mechanical pump. This made possible through a process called transpiration or transpiration. Among tall trees, water and nutrients transported along a length of about 100 meters. This is made possible through a process called transpiration. And for transportation, plants have a pipe-like network made of special tissues. The two main tissues are xylem and phloem, and commonly called vascular tissues. Let us understand about the functioning of xylem. The xylem, with a tube-like structure, helps water and dissolved minerals to go to different plant parts. The tubes of the xylem are connected end to end, and xylem transport is unidirectional. It means xylem only transport water and minerals into a single direction from root to the upper part. And let us understand the functioning of phloem. The phloem in plants carries food from the leaves to other plant parts. Phloem transport is bidirectional. It means phloem transport the materials into the both direction, from root to the shoot part and from shoot to the root part. Let us understand the transport of water. Plants take water from soil. They absorb water and minerals by the help of their roots. First, let us understand the transport of water in roots. From soil, the water enters into the root hair. The root hair increase the surface area of the root for absorption of water and minerals dissolved in soil. From root hair, the water enters further because of root pressure. And let us understand the transport of water in stems. The xylem forms a continuous network that connects roots to the leaves through stems. And various factors play important role during transportation of water through xylem in stems. The fluid containing water and dissolved nutrients is called sap. And the transport of sap through the xylem is also called ascent of sap. Ascent of sap. And let us understand the process of transportation of water, that is transpiration. The plants absorb water and minerals from the soil. Some of the water utilized in food making process and the excess water is expelled through their leaves. There are numerous small pores on the surface of these leaves. These pores are called stomata. The water vapor is continuously removed through the stomata during the daytime, and the removal of water vapor in plants is called transpiration. And the process of transpiration creates a pull in the underlying xylem tissues. This pull is called transpiration pull. Transpiration pull creates a suction effect on the water column inside the xylem. This pull is same that is produced when one sucks water or cold drink through a straw. This suction effect can pull water to great height. Transpiration also cools the plant. During the night, transpiration process stops. And let us understand the transportation of food. The food is prepared inside the leaves of the plant and it need to be transported into various parts of the plant for its storage. The transport of the food takes place through the help of phloem and this process is called translocation. Moving on, next topic, excretion in plants. Unlike animals, plants have no special organs for removal of waste material. The waste products of respiration and photosynthesis are used as raw materials for each other. Oxygen gas produced as byproduct of photosynthesis is used up during respiration and carbon dioxide produced during respiration is used up during photosynthesis. The excretion process is carried out in plants in the following ways. The gaseous waste, oxygen, carbon dioxide and water vapor are removed through stomata of leaves and lenticel of stems. Some waste products collect in the leaf and bark of trees. When the leaves and bark are shed, the waste are eliminated. Some waste products are rendered harmless and then stored in the plant body as solid bodies. Raphides, tannin, resin, gum, latex, rubber, and essential oils are some such wastes. And now let's revise what we have learned today by answering some questions. Question 1. The removal of excess water through the leaves of plants is called dash. And your options are A. Excretion, B. Transpiration, C. Translocation, D. ascent of sap. And the right answer is option B, transpiration. Question 2. The xylem transport is, and your option are A, unidirectional, B, bidirectional, C, both A and B, and D, none of these. And the right answer is option A, unidirectional. Question 3. In a tall tree, which force is responsible for the pulling water and minerals from the soil? And your option are A, gravitational force, B, transportation force, and C, suction force, and D, conduction force. And the right answer is C, suction force. Question 4. The wastes in plants are excreted through, and your option are A, stomata, B, lenticels, C, root hair, D, A and B both. And the right answer is option D, A and B both. Practice makes perfect. So students, it's time to practice. And your practice homework are on your screens. Try to answer them correctly. See you soon in the next video. Till then, take care and thank you for watching.
हमारा देश कोरोना वायरस से जूझ रहा है और आप सबको इस लड़ाई में एक बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका निभानी है। क्या आप जानते हैं कि हाल ही में चीन के विशेषज्ञों ने यह पाया है कि कोरोना वायरस मानव मल, जी हाँ, मानव मल में कई हफ्तों तक जिंदा रह सकता है। कोरोना वायरस का मरीज पूरी तरह से ठीक भी यदि हो जाए तब भी कुछ हफ्तों तक उसके मल में कोरोना वायरस जिंदा रह सकता है। यदि ऐसे किसी व्यक्ति के मल पर कोई मक्खी बैठ जाए या फिर वो मक्खी फल, सब्जियां या खाने पे बैठ जाए तो ये बीमारी और फैल सकती है। इसलिए ये बहुत ही आवश्यक है और महत्वपूर्ण भी कि हम सब कोरोना वायरस से लड़ने के लिए उसी तरह एक जन आंदोलन बनाएं जैसे हमने प्रधानमंत्री जी के नेतृत्व में स्वच्छ भारत मिशन को जन आंदोलन बनाकर भारत को खुले में शौच से मुक्त बनाया था। और सुनिए, जिस तरह हम सब ने मिलकर हमारे 2 बूंद जिंदगी के अभियान में शामिल होकर के भारत को पोलियो से मुक्त किया था, मेरा आप सबसे हाथ जोड़कर यही निवेदन है कि कोरोना वायरस को रोकने में आप देश का सहयोग इन 3 कार्यों के द्वारा करें। पहला, अपने शौचालय का नियमित रूप से इस्तेमाल करें और खुले में शौच के लिए बिल्कुल ना जाएं। दूसरा, सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग यानी सामाजिक दूरी, समाज से दूरी बनाए रखें और केवल किसी आपातकालीन स्थिति हो या किसी इमरजेंसी हो तभी आप घर से बाहर निकलें या जाएं। तीसरी बात, दिन में अनेक बार अपने हाथों को साबुन से कम 20 सेकंड तक धोएं और अपनी नाक, आंख, मुंह को बिल्कुल न छुएं। कोरोना वायरस को हराने के लिए हमें याद रखना होगा कि दरवाजा बंद तो बीमारी बंद। शौचालय का इस्तेमाल कीजिए, हर कोई, हर रोज, हमेशा।